This is Jason,
This is Chad.
and this is Please Pass the Bacon.
Friday today. Podcast day.
Friday.
That's Mario
Yeah, I was
Brothers
about to
music.
say. It's old
Mario
school
music.
Nintendo, yeah.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Chad, welcome back to episode 9.
Of
Please
Pass
the
Bacon.
And we're back. New setting.
Yeah, this
Let's
is
just
nice.
go ahead and call it out, the elephant in the room. It's a new setting. And if you can't tell, or if you're listening and not watching, I can't stop sweating because our new space has no air conditioning yet. As you can see by probably the slider cam shot, there's still stuff everywhere. We're making do. We're getting closer to being ready.
It looks good, though, Jason.
Yeah, it's getting
I
there.
like
So
what you've done with the space.
It will be wood shop / podcast space, so we don't have to take over the living room every time we decide we're going to record one.
Which works out well for the rest of the family and for
yes,
for
it
you.
does. Yes, it
Other
does.
than the heat. And while the top of your head looks good, the side, I can't stop watching like the
bead of sweat right
it's
here,
like slowly coming down.
Yeah. I'll try to.
It's
get
very
that squared away.
soothing, though. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Like a waterfall, right? Oh, all right. So we got some catching up to do. It's been a little while. We've had a couple of live TV spots
Very
on,
recently.
WCCB and WCNC, which is cool.
Yeah. Surprisingly, they allowed us on live television.
Right. They put our
Which-
faces on.
Yeah. And as we like to joke, we have
Faces for
for
radio.
Yeah. And that, I think they went pretty well, though.
No, I did. Enjoyed it. It was fun. It was fun. Both shows.
Yeah. So thank you for having us on WCCB and WCNC.
Yes. Now, the unfortunate thing was, for me, and me personally, was that, what was it? The day before the WCCB show.
Right.
We're coming back from some training, right, at the academy. I'm drinking my coffee. We're talking. I take a sip of coffee.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
And my tooth fell out in my mouth. My eye tooth. What it was is I have a baby tooth that like 10 or 12 years ago, they put a composite tooth over it. Like they ground it down and then they just built a tooth to make it look like a rest, kind of like a crown, but a composite tooth. And it was only supposed to last a short time, but it lasted like 10 or 12 years.
That's a little longer than a short time.
And what happens the day before we go on live TV? After business hours, mind you.
Meaning
You
can't get anywhere to have, like, the dentist office are closed.
Yeah, you don't want them to come in just for that. Like, I wasn't in pain or anything. There's still a little bit of tooth left, but yeah, minus 2. So now I can't smile with my teeth. I can't laugh with my teeth. Not that you laugh with your teeth, but you know what I mean by that.
I think you're more self-conscious about it than the rest of us, because I hardly notice it until you...
Yeah, because I don't smile with my teeth right now. And it just so happens that I'm always on this side, and so when I smile, it's on this side.
Do you want me to get one pulled on this
That side, so we match. You could do that.
Just temporarily?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to...
No, nothing really other than, I have this whole Facebook thing, these
like who's watching?
coincidences that keep popping up.
Okay.
So we've been listening to, I think it's called Apollo 11, What We Saw. Great podcast. The kids love listening to it. It's about the space race and us landing on the moon.
Cool. Sounds cool.
It's awesome. The kids loved it. So we had a couple of road trips, one to the beach, one to the mountains to go apple picking. Well, so over the course of a week, we're listening to it quite a bit.
Okay.
The day we finished the podcast.
Can I ask you, or is this like over your phone? You're listening it through the phone?
Through the phone.
Okay.
But over the car radio.
Gotcha.
But yes, through the phone.
Okay.
So the day we finished the podcast, the very next day, I open up Facebook, and whose friend requested me?
The moon?
Neil Armstrong. I'm not kidding. Neil Armstrong. I saw it, and I was like, what is happening? First, it was my dreams that Zuckerberg was tuning into.
Right.
Now he's listening in on my podcast. So
I mean, that's good business.
Neil Armstrong actually, when I click on it, was actually a childhood friend of the family. So we all grew up together. It was not the astronaut who has since passed away, friend requesting me, but nonetheless, that is very a coincidence.
Ironically, coincidentally.
Yeah.
Cool.
So how about you? What do you have?
nothing crazy. We had Gil Narvez on the show last time.
Right.
And
Well, that was 2 times.
Oh,
ago.
that was 2 times
Jeff
ago.
Varner last
yes,
time.
Sorry.
Yep.
Apologies. And we did a little jiu-jitsu talk. So I'm back at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at Fight to Win.
And that's back to consistent training.
Yes. Not taking 4 years off.
Gotcha.
So I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm
back,
yes.
but I feel like something's now missing from that training each time you go in. Am I right?
Something's missing?
Yeah, something's missing. Maybe from your belt?
I did recently. Well, I got to be a little candid or truthful.
Okay. Yeah.
So while I'm rolling with a black belt, who was, mind you, a purple belt when I left.
Okay.
I left to right. So I get back. He's a black belt now. We're rolling. He's beating the crap out of me. I get up. One of my stripes is gone.
So he demoted you.
He demoted me during an open mat.
That's pretty.
Right there on the spot, and embarrassed me.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
So,
Wow.
And then I got my hair cut. And
good. Is this part of the catch up here?
This
you
is,
got your
so
haircut?
I go get my hair cut.
Uh-huh.
And I get done. I'm like, man, I'm feeling good and slick. And I go get out in the car, and I'm looking. Like, yeah, looking good. And what do I look at my nose. And I should have said, Scotty's the name of the guy that cuts my hair. I should have said, Scotty, can you
trim up your
trim
nose
my
hairs?
nose hairs too? I mean, it was like,
age.
Just like,
Isn't that
old
awesome?
guy.
Getting older.
Hey, old guy.
Did
with
you
your
check your
black-
ears, by the way?
Oh, I had him get my ears. I did have him get my eyebrows, but just grabbing onto the side of my nose. Oh my gosh, it's so awful and embarrassing.
Getting older, awesome. Cool.
So that's our catch up.
That's our catch up. I guess it's time we're gonna get right into it.
Let's do it. Let's do the joke thing.
Bad.
No,
Dad.
we're not doing that this time.
No.
We're doing the joke thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend 5 minutes trying to say.
But that's what it is.
properly.
Bad dad.
Bad dad cop jokes.
Something
Cope,
like that.
Cope joke.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Rock,
1, 2,
paper,
3,
scissors,
shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. All right.
All right, you win.
I think I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go first.
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh, I'm so
again,
ready
just
for
to go
this.
over the rules again, you have to make eye contact. You have to maintain eye contact throughout the telling of the joke or the phrase or whatever you're going to do to try to make
Me laugh.
the other laugh.
Okay.
Currently, the score: Chad 1, Jason a big
0.
fat 0. Came
Goose egg.
close last
Very
time.
close.
Just for
I was
the record.
impressed. Yeah.
Very
That was
close.
a good one.
So, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Police station, toilet stolen. Cops have nothing to go on. Police station, toilet stolen. Cops have nothing to go on.
This
Like nothing to go on. Like
before the show,
Figuratively
I
and literally.
said Jason works in poop somehow.
oh, like works it into the conversation.
Somehow you mentioned poop.
It's because I've got kids, 10, 8, and 6. All right, so
good one. I've got a smirk.
that was less than a smirk actually. So let's
Well,
go back
ahead and
to
check that 0.
0. All right, you're up.
Okay, what? All right,
Are
Jason, you ready?
Yeah.
Jason,
Yes, Chad.
what do you call it when a police officer puts a criminal into a police car?
I don't know. What do you call it, Chad?
Incarceration.
Mm.
Incarceration.
Yes.
Did you hear the part about the car?
I did. I caught like within the word.
Yeah.
Yes, I caught that, and I still didn't think it was funny. So that's 0. 0, still leading 1-0. If you've got any suggestions out there, shoot us an email at pleasepassthebaconpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
But in the subject line, put either Jason or Chad, whoever you want to tell that joke.
Because I don't want to
save the good
see
ones
it.
for me. Send Chad whatever. How about that?
I actually agree with that.
Okay.
All right. Should we move? Well, before we
let's
move on to our weird law,
Yes.
the bacon.
Okay. What do we have?
Remember, that's what we're here for today. Today, we are rating Applegate Naturals Uncured Sunday Bacon.
Not smoked.
Not
and
smoked?
I'm curious as to what Sunday bacon is.
Now, I
Did
hope
it
we're
say?
not. I hope I didn't affect the taste because it's Friday podcast day.
Okay.
And we're having it on Friday. I don't think that's going to affect the taste. Do you?
No, I'm just curious as to what makes it Sunday bacon.
I don't know.
Like why that's a thing. Huh. Okay.
Maybe we'll know when we taste it.
I guess we'll know a little bit later, huh?
All right.
Well, It's time
Weird
for
law.
a weird law, right?
Yeah. I got this one from Oklahoma. Okay. Now this
And verified that it's a legitimate law.
This is legit.
Okay.
It's a 2014 Oklahoma statute, Title 21, Crimes and Punishments, 21-1700.
Wait. 2014. This is
recent. This isn't like one of the ones that
we found from like
1870,
1870,
right? And it's still on the books. This is now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, when you go to Oklahoma,
yes.
what I don't want to see you doing is engaging in any sort of bear wrestling.
Or horse tripping. Horse tripping, just to be clear. Horse tripping.
Like, as in, like, the horse is on its feet, and then it's a contest of who can make the horse trip.
Or bear wrestling, okay?
Right. And one of the things that you might not think about when it comes to horse wrestling, bear wrestling, is making it safer for the person that's wrestling the bear.
Okay.
So, within that, you cannot remove or declaw. You can't not remove a bear's teeth, and you can't declaw it.
Wow.
If you get caught doing that, or wrestling a bear, or tripping a horse, you're looking at a misdemeanor imprisonment up to a year, and or $2,000 fine.
Wow.
So it's not just one or the other; it's both, if so deemed.
I smell PETA behind this for some reason. I mean, my gosh, you can't remove the teeth, declaw. You can't drug a bear just to wrestle it. I mean,
Right, like you
what
said,
a
you wouldn't want to
buzzkill.
sedate it. Yeah.
What a buzzkill.
I mean, they basically took all the fun out of wrestling a bear.
And so the horse tripping, any details on that? Or is that pretty self-explanatory?
I mean, in this section, they say horse tripping means to cause an animal or the, can you say that word way down there? Equine
yeah.
species to fall or lose its balance with the use of a wire, pole, stick, rope, or other object.
Is that like cow tipping here?
I don't know. I mean, cow
Like
tipping
horse
here is like
tripping
it's
and
asleep
cow
and you push
tipping.
it over.
Right.
No. This is
I
like
can't say I've ever heard of horse tripping, and I didn't think that bear wrestling was like a problem, like that we needed to legislate that.
I could maybe see this in Alaska. I mean, do they even have a lot of bears
I
in
don't know,
Oklahoma?
dude. No, the polar bears, man, they're giant. You're not wrestling a polar bear. They're huge
Okay.
and mean.
I guess you don't want to get a cub. We would definitely don't want to wrestle any small bears.
Wow.
So that's our weird law for today.
Wow. Okay. Thanks for that, Chad. Thanks for that research.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Good work.
You got a crime prevention tip for us,
I
Jason?
do. So recently we were victims of mail fraud. And we're still trying to figure out as to what end this was, but our mail lady, thank goodness, knows us. She saw us out here doing some work. She's like, "Hey, did you get your mail forwarded to Texas?" What? Nope. Don't live in Texas. Don't have family there. How about, Christopher Pete's? Nope. Nobody in our family named that. So someone named Christopher Pete's decided they were going to have our mail forwarded to an address in Texas. So we're still not really sure as to what end, like what the event, but it started to get us thinking.
Well, we say, spidey sense goes off.
Well, is there a
to
fraud? Is there an identity theft nexus to this?
Mm-hmm.
Which got us thinking. We probably need to check our credit scores and all these things. And so that got me on the phone with a friend of mine who's a fraud detective, and we got to talking a little bit about ID theft prevention.
Mm-hmm.
So, I told him, we've got LifeLock and this and that. And he's like, then that's good. That's a service that will alert you when there's stuff going on. He goes, but what I did, and most of our detectives do, is I lock my credit through TransUnion. So that's the thing.
Which isn't that difficult.
No, it's not difficult at all. The only thing you better do is you better save the 4-digit code they give you to unlock your credit.
Like a PIN.
Yeah, like a PIN. Like a PIN code.
No.
A PIN number.
It's just a PIN, Jason. Don't get me going on
A
this.
PIN number.
It's a personal identification number.
So,
and there's another thing.
You just go to TransUnion, you get on there, you can lock it. So if you, for example, when he went and bought to buy actually a ring for his wife, he was told, can't do it, your credit's locked. And so...
No problem.
There you go. So...
And this got me thinking about, and I don't know how much of the general public knows about this website, the Federal Trade Commission .gov.
Mm-hmm.
You can go on there to report identity thefts.
Okay.
And get a free credit report, register for Do Not Call, And even when there's like a credit card fraud that your credit card company is going to handle, still go on there and report that identity theft.
And put it on their radar.
Right. So the more of that the federal government sees, the more effort they're going to put into that, because it may look, what we were told at a training is it doesn't look that bad because nobody's reporting it. So they don't put a lot of effort and resources towards it.
Kind of like thefts from auto. A lot of people that they get the stuff taken, they don't report it because they're like, I'm not getting my stuff back.
Right,
but at least
right.
puts it on the police radar so they
Yep.
can put some warnings out. Okay, cool.
That's our crime prevention tip.
All right.
That moves us
To
into
good news.
good news.
What you got for good news?
I got, and I found this on the Police One website. Zack Taylor, he's an Illinois man. Grew up there, loving cop shows. Loved everything cops. Decorated his room with cop stuff. Listened to police scanners. All in hopes of being a cop. And his dad was a cop. Problem. While his mother was carrying him, she got into a car crash.
Mm-hmm.
So he's born with cerebral palsy.
Okay.
Little mental and physical hurdles that prevented him from being a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just this week, he was sworn in as an honorary member of the Morton Auxiliary PD.
Very cool.
So a lifelong dream, overcoming all these hurdles. He's finally, they don't have the power of arrest,
wear a
but
uniform.
he's got the uniform on, and they help with this auxiliary PD, helps with traffic control, crowd control, special events.
Very
so
cool.
Officer Zack Taylor in Illinois says, I can help people.
Okay.
That's what he's been dying to do. And I found this article courtesy of Phil Luciano from the Journal Star in Peoria.
Yep, Peoria, Illinois.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I thought that was a pretty cool story.
Cool.
It's nice to hear people that want to be police.
Yeah, good deal. It's nice to see that they made that happen too over there.
Because they didn't have to. They could have just said sorry.
Yeah.
So Jason.
Yes, sir.
What do you say we welcome our guest for this day?
Let's do it. Let's welcome to episode 9 a lieutenant at a local police department in North Carolina, Stephen Fischbach, or Steve Fischbach.
Steve is good.
Man, I'm glad we clarified that because I was calling him Stefan Fischbach.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's
Jason Perez.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we got that handled now so I don't get embarrassed.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And taking time on a Friday for joining us.
Absolutely.
All right. So you actually and I go back.
Way back.
And I did not know this when I reached out.
How many
cool.
years now?
Let's see. It would be right at about
17
18 years.
18 years.
18 years we go back.
That's almost 2 decades.
18 years when Steve was a cadet.
Correct.
In college.
In college. Teenager. You actually knew me when I was 19 years old.
Oh, you were 19.
19 years old is when I first met Jason.
So is it? Wow. Should we be pointing out the fact that he was 19 when he started, and I've been on for 19 years now, and he is now a lieutenant, and we are still a couple of rungs below that.
Yeah, we are. Well,
that's
Jason,
okay. I'm okay with that.
Well, what you do is, Jason,
is
you lift others up, and I feel
Correct.
like you.
I feel like that's what we did.
We
took that
to a natural
19-year-old
leader.
and turned him into a leader.
Correct. I was very moldable. And
That's-
he took that piece of clay and he molded it into what
So you're saying that was us?
it was.
You're admitting that?
I'm not going to say it was us. It was you.
Oh,
Us as in me
specifically
and
Jason.
Paige,
Yes.
because
Yes.
you
Absolutely.
were attached at the hip with us for a good
While.
year and a half.
Yes. Absolutely.
We got into a lot. Very active. Probably, I would be surprised if any other cadet got into as much stuff as he did with us.
Is there
In all seriousness, we did a lot of work.
A lot of stuff.
is there anything that comes to mind that you remember Steve by?
Are you talking about what we talked about off camera? Yeah, there is a time, if you don't mind me telling the story.
Tell it.
Where we had a robbery. It was a robbery from person. We found our guy,
Okay, cool.
but we couldn't find the $20 that he had robbed this guy from. And we got to interviewing and talking to him, and finally he came off and said that he had hidden the $20, which Steve, boom, was all about Yeah,
Now,
I'll
let's
get,
get this
I'll
money.
get it.
Okay.
And even willing to do it after we told him that it was actually hidden, let's just say in an orifice.
A back-sided orifice.
Back-sided orifice. And once the guy said, yeah, it's there, Fischbach didn't hesitate. Boom. Retrieved it, and we booked it into property. Right there, right then and there, I knew that one day he's going to be a boss.
Just part of the team.
Right?
Man.
Didn't hesitate.
I'm going to be honest.
I don't know.
I don't know if I could have just
I think I might have hesitated.
jumped in there like that.
Very impressive.
That's admirable. And
Yeah.
that was dirty money?
Did you hear that? Boom.
That was good. I did hear that. Thank you, Jason.
Cool. All right. So your path to law enforcement.
Yes.
When we talked about having you on the show, I thought you were going to be a little bit more of a typical like you were young, you're a kid, you wanted to be a police officer, then you become a cadet. Boom. Because we tried to talk you into it, but you didn't finish
Correct.
college first.
Correct. I dropped out of college with 9 credit hours left.
Oh, my.
So we pushed you. We tried.
Oh, yeah.
We tried
Absolutely.
to encourage it. So I thought for sure that you were. I never knew the story prior, but evidently that was not the case. You didn't grow up wanting to be a police officer.
No, no one in my family was law enforcement. Didn't have any personal relationships with any law enforcement officers, and didn't really have any interaction at all with law enforcement until I was 16.
Oh, boy.
Oh
This is
boy,
gonna be
that's
a dark
where
story.
Everything dumb starts when you're about that age, right? So,
Driving, freedom, trouble.
yeah.
oh yeah. So my parents always kept me real busy growing up.
Smart.
And they're very smart. And
Sports and what have you.
any kind of sport. So it just so happened we were. It was in that part of right before fall and winter. So right between horse tripping season and bear wrestling season.
Yep. Because you grew up in the mountains.
Because I grew up in Western North Carolina.
There you go.
Two of the
Okay.
big sports up
I
there.
could totally see him wrestling a bear.
And so we're between those two seasons. And myself and 2 of my fellow teammates were between our 2 seasons. We're like, you know what? Let's smoke some cigars.
Okay.
We're 16 and
That sounds like the good start to a story. Good decision.
We're men now.
Yeah.
we're men. We're grown men.
Yeah.
And we all have baby faces. So we look all of 12.
Mm-hmm.
So we go into our local food line and come up to the counter with our cigars. Just act natural, right?
We're cool. We got this.
And we look like Huey, Dewey, and Louie, putting our cigars up there.
Now
on
there's
the,
a reference.
Yeah. And, of course, they don't sell us the cigars.
What?
The nerve.
And so now we have to do the walk of shame and go put the cigars back up on the aisle shelf. And so then we have the great idea, we still want to smoke cigars. The cigars are there.
Let's just go.
Let's just take the cigars.
Sure.
So now we're in the aisle, and we take the cigars, and
You hit him somewhere, not
down Steve's pants they go.
Would you
Okay.
say you unlawfully concealed them at
I
that
definitely
point?
unlawfully concealed the cigars.
the front of your pants, correct?
Correct. Front
Okay.
of my pants in the aisle, looking like I'm 12. And so now we walk out of the food line out to my friend's truck. Again, act natural.
Which we never seem to appear natural when we say
Correct.
to act natural.
So now I'm out to the truck. Take the cigars out of the front of my pants, put them underneath the seat of the truck, and one of the female employees from the food line comes out. She's like waving at us. We wave back.
Guys, you forgot something.
And so she comes out and she says, "Boys, knew y'all took the cigars. Need you to come back inside the store." So, okay, get the cigars out from under the seat, follow her back in the store. She says, "Yeah, I need you to sit in this room until the police get here." So the 3 of us sit in this front room. And this was a small mountain community I grew up in. So now we're sitting in this front room with a glass window. And everyone from the community is coming in and buying their groceries. And they see the 3 of us sitting in this room at this table.
Oh, my.
And it seemed like it took forever for the police to get there. And, of course, you know, I've never been in trouble with the law before. And I'm thinking, oh, this is it. My life's over. I'm not going to get to wrestle bears anymore.
Bear wrestling done.
I'm not going to go to college. Not going to get, you know, it's all over. End of the world's here. So finally, the police show up, and in walks Officer Yelton. And this guy is put together. I mean, he's muscular, fit, uniform, looks great. His shoes are shined. Comes in, sits down with us, and I'm still thinking, oh, gosh, this is it.
Kill us.
This is it. We're going to jail. That's it. I need to start doing some push-ups, getting in shape now. So he actually took the time to talk to each one of us and find out our stories and what we were doing in the local community, and talked to each one of us individually. Ended up writing us citations for it, and then cut us loose. Mm-hmm. Thinking, that was completely different than I had expected was going to happen. And so then this whole situation goes to court, and I ended up getting community service. And I was assigned to community service at the local firehouse. And so I report to the local firehouse, and what they had me do was wash fire trucks, ambulances, and police cars. And so everyone would bring their cars by, and I'd be outside washing these cars. Well, inevitably, the police officers would stand outside the police cars as I'm washing them, and they're like, hey, what are you here for? What are you doing this for? So I had to retell that story over and over.
Humiliating.
It was humiliating. And each time I told the story, the dumber the story sounded. Mm-hmm. And I started to realize, I'm not a very good criminal. And all of those interactions with those police officers gave me a whole different perspective of the police and law enforcement. And then fast forward to where I am now, able to look back on it, and it emphasizes the point that, those small investments that we can make as police officers can go a really long way.
Because you, in the community service side, that kind of got you to see police officers in a probably more relaxed,
enforcement taking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No stress. And
Absolutely.
you saw him in a different light. But then going back to Yelton's actions, he used some discretion there. And I know it happens a lot. Like, I think people assume that the cops, if they have some kind of interaction with you in a law enforcement capacity, that somebody's going to jail or somebody's getting a ticket. And that's just not always the case. Sometimes it happens, and, if it happens.
Well, and there's another thing that stood out from that story is that you said he spoke to each of you individually. So he made it a one-on-one personal thing without just, listen, you guys this or you guys that. And that to me stands out too, that it's someone that's going to take that extra minute to just say, hey, I care.
Yeah, cool.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is cool.
And now you're been on for how long? Not counting your pre-academy time.
Not counting my time when I was working part-time through college. I've been on a little over 16 years, sworn.
Man.
Crazy. It seems like we talked before the show. Seems like a different lifetime. Like that. Like you haven't changed much.
Neither of you.
Well, I think I had hair then.
You had hair when we first started, but then you shaved it.
Not long after.
Not long after.
So you had hair, and what was your hair like back
I
then?
had beautiful
curly hair.
Locks, beautiful.
It
wasn't super long, but it was definitely curly.
It was gorgeous.
That was just
Curly
natural?
hair. It was naturally
Okay.
curly. And, my wife can't listen to this because what happened was a few years ago I was assigned to an undercover assignment, and I grew my hair even longer, and it got longer and even curlier. It was just,
so if you grew it out now, it would be curly.
No.
Oh.
Hear the story.
Oh, boy.
So just listen.
The whole time I'm doing
We're not good at that. We want to talk. Go ahead, Steve.
So I'm in this undercover assignment, and the hair's getting longer, and it's getting curlier. But all I could think of, because this was in the dead of summer, is, man, I want to cut this hair off. So as soon as that assignment ended, I went home, I got the buzzers, and zzz,
Oh, boy.
Off it
and
went.
it was gone. And when it grew back like this.
So
you
like
killed
the curl's
it.
gone.
I
now.
killed
it.
I killed curly hair somehow.
Wow.
Because you went
Correct.
down to the roots, basically.
I don't
Oh
know.
my
I don't know.
So your wife liked the curly hair.
She loved the curly hair. That's one of the main reasons that we got together in the first place.
That's what caught her eye.
Well, let's
was-
hope that when you retire and you can grow your hair out, that she stays with you. You know what I mean?
I don't know at this point.
Sounds like some cause for concern.
This is
Yes.
woo.
Wow. We were going to have you on for just the good news segment.
We were, but thanks to
Chad, he lobbied for you.
I did.
I like hearing
I
stories
appreciate
like
that.
that because everybody's got an interesting path into law enforcement. But you've got something else non-law enforcement related coming up soon.
Absolutely.
Aren't you doing a hike on the Appalachian Trail
Yes.
as a fundraiser?
Yes. So September 28th, it's going to be all in one day, 30.1 miles on the Appalachian Trail from Damascus, Virginia to Grayson Highlands State
Yes.
Wow.
Park up in Virginia.
We're going
So-
to do the Virginia Creeper next month with
Nice.
the kids.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't think I'm
So-
going
so
to drive 30 miles that day. So
So
that's-
what kind of elevation change are we talking throughout that 30.1 miles?
It's going to be southern Virginia and right at the Virginia-North Carolina border, so north of Boone. It's going to be a considerable elevation change.
Okay.
Yeah. That's actually my bigger concern with all this because I can train as much as I want to around in the Charlotte area, even going down to Crowder's Mountain, and you still don't get that elevation change that I'm going to experience then.
Well, because you'll be starting at a higher elevation
Correct.
as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay, and what is this for? Is
Yeah.
it bringing
What are you
awareness
doing
to
this for?
something? Is it a fundraiser?
The Charlotte chapter of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation is putting on this extreme hike. And the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation has contributed most of the money that goes towards current treatments of cystic fibrosis as well as research into that horrible disease.
Yeah, so what got you to pick of all of the things you could, childhood cancer, what brought you to cystic fibrosis?
I would say most specifically, my little cousin has both lung and pancreatic cystic fibrosis. And this is his shirt. This is his symbol.
Dublin.
Dublin is his name, and Dublin's dash is our team name.
Cool.
And so just he's roughly the same age as my children are. And just watching the dichotomy between how they have all grown up, just the treatment that is required every day just to keep him alive is unbelievable. And it's just a full-time job for both of his parents.
Yes.
And so that's a big motivator. And in terms of the hike specifically, like anything else in my life that's really crazy and that's going to beat the heck out of me, my wife got me into
Okay.
it.
I was
Into hiking.
about to say to him, remember, I have communicated with your wife, so I need to hear
Yes.
the truth. And he didn't disappoint. He gave the truth.
Sweet.
I was nervous. So your wife's idea.
It was my wife's idea, which was a great idea. So she can see this part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a
Good.
I'm gonna
fantastic
say it
idea.
again. It was
Your
it
wife.
was my wife's idea, and it was fantastic.
She's
like, I gotta-
basically brilliant.
Great
Yes.
idea to wear
Correct.
you the heck out and make you work very hard while I watch you make a difference.
Yes.
See, I'm like the idea guy in my marriage, and I expect Wobby to carry things out. So it sounds like your wife is she the idea person in your relationship, or? Ooh, look at that! Did you see that?
We gotta-
Fit? That
we
was
gotta
a.
think.
I'm
I
thinking.
feel like you're trying to set him up.
Hesitation.
Yeah, very.
Hesitation.
I think he's going to say, sometimes I'm the idea guy, sometimes she is. Let's see what he says.
Yeah. So when I teach interview interrogation, we refer to this as like a voice vacuum.
Okay.
Like you ask me a question,
Silence.
there's a lot of pressure here.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure. How do I answer this question?
I think it's safe to say you're both the idea
Yeah,
people.
we're both the idea people. My wife usually has better ideas.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Slow
Well done.
clap.
Well done.
Very well done. You
Yes.
passed.
Cool. Is there another way that people that maybe aren't in the area, are there ways they can contribute as well?
Absolutely. I'm going to have to refer to my notes. for
Please
that
do.
one. So they can go to just go to Google or whatever search engine, Charlotte CF Foundation, and the page will come up. And you can scroll down just a little bit. You should see right there in the middle of the page, Charlotte Fall Extreme Hike 2019. You can click on that, and you will see down towards the bottom.
A picture
it'll
of
say,
you?
not a picture of me yet. You'll see search for a hiker. You can just type in my last name, Fischbach. And from there, you'll see our page, and you can make
That's
a
where you can make
donation.
donations.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I feel like next time, if you come in again, just hand me your notes because it looked like, although I'm considerably older than you, that you had a really hard time reading that. So I'll go ahead and do that for you next time.
That's
And
nice
that's
of
on
you to
me.
offer.
Yeah, see, I'm that kind of guy.
So
I'm just looking out.
so
just looking out.
Just because he much like you have no control over
My hair?
follicles, he has no control that he needs reading spectacles.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's very nice that we are jabbing at his.
Is that trying to bully him?
That is his
So-
eyeballs.
Back to law enforcement.
Okay.
Outside of law enforcement, are there things that you like to do? Like what, people think that cops are cops at work, and then they go home and they're cops, and they sit around and they read guns and ammo, and they think
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
It's illegal.
right.
No, that's definitely not me. And all of my time spent outside of the job is with my family. And I've got designated things that I do with each member of my family. I have 2 kids. I have a soon-to-be 14-year-old daughter, and she loves art, horror, and Comic-Con stuff. And so we go to horror. Yes.
Oof.
Yes.
That's young.
And
to
so
be-
Comic-Con stuff,
yeah.
which I'm sure that you partake with.
Yes.
You dress up.
I haven't dressed up yet. Now, Halloween, absolutely, I'm dressing up, but have not. She's
You're just not there yet.
She's not. Yeah, I'm not there yet. I'm all there.
But
in
she would
support of
like
her.
you to.
She would like me to.
She would like you to.
She would like me to. She's got it planned out.
Okay.
So,
I feel like we might be at a crossroads, and maybe we
yeah.
we can give you a little nudge.
I'm gonna try something here.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, what if soon she grows out of this phase and you look back and
you've
just
missed it.
never
Ooh.
dressed up?
Wow. Wow. Sold.
Yeah.
Sold.
Yeah.
She's not going to be 13, 14 forever.
This is true.
Yeah, every day
This
it
is
seems
true.
we get a day older. So
yeah,
365 of those, and it's a year.
Good point.
So I guess the next step is what can a short, stocky man go as? Like what superhero?
Listen.
It's not
speaking as a short person, Steve. We cannot let this hinder what we want to be. Okay. This is Comic-Con.
Not
This
to
is
mention,
dress up.
it's not really our job to do that for you.
Okay.
I think that's something that you and your daughter
You
can
need to
figure
feel
Yeah.
what character or
Yeah.
horror being person.
Yeah.
Maybe. So that's cool. What about with your boy?
So I've got a 5-year-old little boy, and anything sports with him. You name it: soccer, baseball, basketball, whatever the sport of the
See,
day
that's
is with
great.
him. I am right there with him.
He's
doing
not tied to one. I mean, he's only 5, but that's great that he's not tied. I think it's great that he's not tied to one sport at a young age. I think it's good to play basketball, wrestle, play football, soccer. I think
Well, it's
that's
like
good.
school, taking all these subjects, you find out what you really like. If you're playing all these sports and you only know one and you don't have the passion for it,
Yeah.
you're trying other ones. So that's great. At 5 years old, I was just playing stuff at home. So that I love to see when kids get involved when they're young.
Yeah, and speaking of athletics and being healthy, you know what? Victory Nutrition International are supplements that I take. I stand by them. They're good products. They're made from premium quality ingredients. They're science-backed products with tons of clinical, peer-reviewed scientific literature.
Can you say that again?
It's got tons of clinicals with peer-reviewed scientific literature.
I love it.
They are products, Chad, that really work. Victory Nutrition is nutrition that gets in. To get your Victory Nutrition, go to vni.life/ and we still debate this. I don't know if it's forward or backward.
Yeah, I never.
I'm going to say / but let's just go with
it's
VNI.
the slash you use on the internet.
vni.life/Victory Athletics.
Can I say something real quick about
You sure
this?
can.
I've been taking my brain reward.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Consistently.
Okay.
And I have noticed a positive change.
Sweet. Well, they really are good products. They only offer about 3 different ones, but they're really solid with science behind them. So
Yeah, cool.
Check it out.
That was a good segue.
Yes, thanks.
Can you spell segue?
I think it's SEGUE.
That is
I
correct.
believe.
Yes,
right?
English
Okay,
major.
good
Proud
deal.
of you.
All right.
Well,
anything else? I think that's about
I
it.
mean, I think it's cool. I really didn't know you guys had a history, so I appreciate the fact that you have lifted him up into lieutenantshipness.
Thanks.
And
Well, and I think I do have to point one thing out. And you said earlier in the show that Jason always finds some way to bring up poop in the show.
right, he does.
I'd like to bring up the fact that I've known this man since I was 19 years old, for 18 years. And we've worked together in a number of capacities.
Mm-hmm.
And the one story that he immediately brings up
Is the duty dollars.
Is the duty dollar bill.
Oh,
Duty
my
dollar.
gosh.
Holy moly.
I can't take credit for that. He said
I
duty
tell you,
dollars earlier, but
it's also probably because if you've got kids and you have an Alexa, do you have one of those?
No.
The Alexa device?
No.
well,
They'll spout out different things just to see if there's a song about it. And so for the
He's
past
been
2
singing
weeks, the kids out of the blue found a song on the Alexa that is Poopy Stupid Pants. It's a song. So all they do is they play Alexa, play Poopy Stupid Pants. And Alexa finds the song and starts playing it. So what's been in my head for 2 weeks?
Poop.
The song Poopy Stupid Pants.
God, you gotta.
Which is probably
Mature,
what
dude.
prompted
This?
Yeah.
You think Alexa was listening and said duty dollars?
I don't know.
Fishback?
Maybe.
I would just like to extend a personal thank you, Steve, for being on the show today. Kind of short notice, so.
Short notice, but we got a chance to catch up a little bit because I
Absolutely.
really haven't seen you in a
Yes.
while.
Yeah.
Well, you know how once they get,
Yeah, once they get
they talk to us. So. That's
So-
cool. We got to catch him outside
we'll
of his
relish this
uniform.
time and really relish.
Making me hungry.
So before we leave, would you like to stay and rate a bacon with us?
Yes.
Yeah?
No
Always.
hesitation. No
No,
hesitation at
no.
all.
Then it's time.
It's time. Jason, would you please pass the bacon?
Chad, I'd be happy to please pass the bacon. Here you go.
Oh, my.
Covered in foil. The
I put the
disadvantage,
foil on there this time?
disadvantage here, I'm going to tell you right now, of not being in the living room anymore is Steve did not get to walk into
The odoriferous
odor
emanations
of
of
bacon.
bacon.
I like to be surprised. I'm good with that.
Okay.
Oh, hey,
okay.
he's always
See,
finding
finding the silver lining in every cloud. I like that about Steve.
And here we go. Applegate Naturals Uncured Sunday Bacon.
Sunday bacon.
No,
Do you
oh.
have any insight as to why it's called Sunday bacon?
I don't.
No,
I don't. Just maybe it's,
Okay.
hey, it's Sunday. It's time for bacon and eggs.
Guests first.
Always.
Okay. Choose a slice there.
I am. I'm going to go with the chewiest slice possible.
Yeah, he
Oh,
said
you're a
he-
yes.
chewy bacon.
He
That's
likes-
my oldest son is a chewy bacon guy,
Yes.
not me.
Yes. Very nice. Very nice.
Really? You like chewy bacon?
Oh, yes.
I'm going to leave the crisp
I actually, I
one
like,
for
I
you,
like it a
Jason.
little undercooked, actually, almost like a raw
See that
oyster.
you're
just-
you and my son. My son is the
Oh,
same way.
yes. Oh,
All right.
All righty.
smells delightful.
Really does. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yes.
We like to say try not to chew in the microphone. I think it disturbs most listeners and me.
That was me.
I had to just check in there.
Yeah, I was getting a weird silence.
I'm not blown away. I'm not gonna lie,
You know why?
because it's not as salty.
Because it's not as salty and it's not smoked. You think you don't prefer smoked, but you actually do. Steve, what do you got? What do you think?
Well, I'm not a big.
It's not bad,
Yeah,
but-
I'm not a big salt person, so the lack of salt is not bothering me. But
Really?
there definitely is a lack of flavor that would come with the smoke. Definitely need the smoke.
I'm actually impressed
it's
with the... Excuse me, Jason.
My apologies, Chad. Continue.
I'm actually kind of impressed with the natural bacon taste without the smoke, even though I prefer the smoked bacon. There's a lot of flavor, I think.
And I'm not. It's not bad. It's just not in my wheelhouse. I'll go ahead and start.
Please do.
3.25.
3.25.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a little higher than that. I'm going to go 3.5.
Oh, 3.5. Okay.
Now,
Did we talk about scales?
No.
Quarter.
We didn't.
Okay. I think I might have
0
just
to
spit a piece.
5.
Yeah, I definitely just spit a piece of bacon out.
Come on, man. Where's his bib? Where's our intern with the bibs?
So it's on a quarter point scales.
0 to 5. And while he's thinking, Jason, I said 3.5. Do you have
And that-
anything to say about that?
I appreciate you for following the rules
Thank
for
you.
the first time
Thank you.
in 9 episodes. I feel like it's taken Steve a long time.
Yeah,
It is. I'm getting that last little chew in. The cooking of the bacon was fantastic. It was spot on.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am missing that smoked flavor. Adds another element to the bacon. So with this, I'm gonna have to stay 3.
Okay.
Oh,
3.
3.
I'm going to say this. Very articulate for his
Yeah,
first
I liked
bacon
Yeah.
rating.
Yeah. For me, it was, I think, the salt, and I do like a crispier bacon. I don't know if that has anything to do with the type of bacon it is. Like
It
maybe some
can.
bacon's crisp better, but that was clearly in Steve's wheelhouse.
Now, I have a little bit of a surprise.
Okay.
I hope you guys are okay with surprises,
Let's do it.
even if you're not.
Yeah. Go
What's
for
happening?
it. Let's do it. Oh, I see.
I've grabbed a few plastic cups here, and at the moment, these cups are empty.
Yes.
But in another moment, they're not going to be empty.
Let's hope that's a twist off.
Oh my gosh! This is bacon soda. Bacon soda.
Okay.
Not baking. This is an actual liquid. This is Lester Fixin's bacon soda.
It's artificially flavored bacon soda
Pure
with pure
cane
cane
sugar.
sugar. Y'all, get your fixins. That's the tagline. Let me say that again. Y'all,
Please do.
get your fixins.
Now, I'm a little apprehensive because
do
it
it.
almost looks like bacon grease.
Oh, could you imagine?
I'm pretty sure they make that in Western North Carolina, actually.
Okay, that's good for me.
Little hometown.
Just in case it's bacon grease.
No, whatever goes
It
into
looks
your
like
cup,
cream soda,
you're going
so-
to drink. I mean,
Oh, it smells bad.
Okay, well, I don't like your negative attitude, and I brought this on as a special treat for you.
Okay, let me back up. Maybe because I was expecting to smell cream soda. Because it's kind of the color of cream soda.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Cheers,
Cheers.
guys.
Cheers.
That's not as bad as I was expecting. It is very sweet. I can tell that's pure cane sugar.
It just tastes like sugary water. Are you getting any bacon nose or finish?
Maybe do we need to
Steve?
drink this like a wine? Like a
That's what I did.
did you swish it?
That's what almost kept me from drinking it when I smelled it.
It definitely tastes better than it smells, dude.
We're not rating it.
I'm
Yeah.
not getting bacon, but that might be just because we already started with bacon.
We
That could be too.
We
You're
didn't
right.
cleanse our palate.
Oh, we should. Yeah. Dang it.
Where's the intern with the palate
Palate
cleansing
cleansing stuff.
crackers?
All right.
Well, it's
Well,
not
hey.
as bad as I thought.
Not
really.
as no.
But I got this at the beach. I
There you go.
haven't seen
I'll take those.
bacon soda locally.
So we're not. I can't recommend it. Should I feel bad?
No. You
Okay.
don't recommend things that you don't stand behind, Jason.
Okay. Good.
You're a cop and you have integrity.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, thank you for partaking of the bacon soda. And there are other flavors, I believe. This is standard bacon soda.
Oh, like other
So I
bacon
think- yeah.
flavored soda,
Yeah.
like smoked bacon.
I don't
and
know. I can't remember if it was smoke.
Like
It might have been maple. Yeah,
bacon.
it might have been
That
maple.
might be good. Like
Well,
a maple bacon donut would be good. Or maple bacon ice cream. We've gotten that in the mountains. It's the first place we had it, up in the mountains.
Yeah. So,
All right.
Hey,
Speaking of mountains, there's homes in the mountains.
there are homes in the mountains. And if you are looking to sell or buy a home,
Check out CarolinaSunshineHomes.com.
or Carolina Sunshine Homes on the Facebook.
You don't want a realtor,
You want
the realtor.
Contact Krista today for all your home buying and selling needs.
So thanks for listening. That's it for episode 9. Again, Steve, thanks for being here.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.
And you can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook, Instagram, your favorite podcast player.
Like Apple Podcast, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify.
There you go. Or you can actually, we found out you can just Google Please Pass the Bacon Podcast in your Google machine.
Yeah.
And it'll come up with almost all of those links.
Yeah. And you can see, if you haven't seen our TV interviews and just are dying to watch us talking to the camera some more, you can also watch
Catch them
those.
on Facebook,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All right. And thanks to Reed Reynolds for the original music. And you can follow him at Reed Reynolds. No, that's not right. You can
At-
follow him. It always
at-
throws me.
yeah.
You can follow him at Reed.Reynolds.
You know, that's kind of like pin number.
Yeah.
At Reed.Reynolds.
There you go.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you.
Well, before we close, could I say, if there's something you like, dislike, suggestions,
Would like to see covered on the show.
yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. You can email us at pleasepassthebaconpodcast@gmail.com. Or I can give you Jason's number to call him.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
And that's a wrap. Episode 9 in the books. Whoosh. Bump. 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 That's the orchestra strike.
Done.
Bump.
Is it a B or a D?
Dun. It's bump. Bump.
Done.
We'll cut all that out, maybe. All right, that's it. Painful?
Cool.
Painless?
Painless.